Hi there, welcome to another episode of Dave's Desk. Today we're starting a new series looking at Bible basics. So over the next more than a few weeks we're going to take each book of the Bible and just have a quick look at the key themes and elements that book of the Bible teaches us and reflect on what that means for us today. And because this is the beginning, we're going to start with the book that's all about beginnings, Genesis, which literally means beginnings. And Genesis is a really foundational book of the Bible. It's the foundation on which the whole story of salvation is built. The key message that we're trying to learn from the book of Genesis is that God is one, that God is sovereign, so he rules over everything, and that God is set apart, that he's different from humanity. So the teaching of Genesis probably is given from Moses, who probably dates around halfway through the 15th century BC. And it begins with these stories of creation that echo ancient Near Eastern, specifically Mesopotamian creation mythology, but recasts those story types to bring a different understanding to the sort of the general Mesopotamian worldview. They understood the gods to be petty and small-minded and very human, and that the struggle and suffering of the world was to do with the gods being petty and fractious and battling with each other. That the great flood, they understood, came because the gods were annoyed with people for being too numerous. And so the Bible kind of takes a lot of that thinking and reverses it back on itself. It's not people that are good and gods that are bad, it's God that is perfect and people that fall short of it. The flood doesn't come out of petulance and frustration with the success of humanity. It comes out of judgment and sadness at the selfishness of humanity. And so Genesis begins this recasting of understanding to refocus the reader on the person of God and to understand that our relationship to him is one of being chosen by him. In Genesis, all people have fallen short of God, and only through faith in him can we be found righteous, which is why Abraham, the great patriarch of the people of God, in chapter 15, he is faithful to God and therefore is credited as righteous. And so we have this picture of humans have fallen short of God's glory, but through faith in him can be brought back to righteousness. And time and again, God chooses the unexpected person to carry on his promises of bringing this salvation further. He doesn't choose the eldest, he doesn't choose the most worthy, he chooses the unlikely, the younger brother. And in this way we understand that God is sovereign over what's happened through the book of Genesis and all that will happen through the rest of the story of salvation, which we'll begin looking at tomorrow. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you've had something to think about what it means to be saved by faith in God alone, what it means for us to fall short and for God to be perfect, and we'll think more about these themes as we go through. Thanks for joining us again. Goodbye.